Good morning. New location dropped. I'm in they call them meeting rooms, but I'm in LAMDA. I when Emma got here on Tuesday, I moved in. I brought a suitcase full of stuff, and I've been staying with them in their little Airbnb, which is difficult to do my stuff in. So today is technically Friday, the 28th. So I'm a little behind, but hopefully I'll catch up today. Yeah. So let's get started. Welcome back to the Lambda Log. Shout out Sandridge. So thirsty. This is week 6, day 2, Tuesday, the 25th of August, 2026. It's our performance day. We opened the show. But we had a little individual warm up to start. And then, so our show was in the evening. So we had a full run. Well, let's see, how do we do this? We had notes from our last run. Then we had a full dress run. And then we did our show. So, yeah, we got in. We had our individual warm up. And then a few people were late. And so Lawrence had a little words with us. He said that he's treated us like professionals, but hasn't received it back. So we need to step up. We need to be on time. We need to be engaged. Don't be on your phones in the rehearsal space. You need to, well, he says, if we are on our phones or disengaged, we need to step up. No, or disengaged in the space, then we are not adding our creative energy and we are not supporting our cast. So let's shape up and get to it. They ran a scene before we started. Then we got the lecture. Then we continued our run. Oh, we hadn't quite finished our run. We were going to, but we didn't. So we had a good little ending. I felt like real sorrow at the end in the funeral. Kind of like through that, I was like, oh, it was really impacting me. And then we had some notes. So my specific notes were, by my truth, I speak my thought, to engage physically, to give a gesture, connect with my body on that one. And then thou wast ever a heretic. Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty. I need to engage physically with that one as well. And then I need to really engage physically with all my thoughts and tactics, get into Don Pedro's body, gestures. The scene with Claudio planning Hero's wooment was much better. Nice. You amaze me. I would have thought the lady's spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection. That needs to be more amazed. Sell it. You amaze me. Something like that. Don't hold on to things unless Shakespeare says otherwise. It's a general note. Release after white bearded fellow. We have a pause line where like, oh, and then he turns around and says to the audience, but this white bearded fellow said so. So then we can look at him again, because we're only gulling him in those moments where we freeze. Then nor by my soul nor I. Whenever soul is mentioned, it's about salvation. It's about a religious afterlife. It's really connected. Then in you say not right, connect with physical gestures. Take a step forward, something to engage. At the end of the jive, of the final jive, put one hand up. We used to do this, and then it looked a little silly, so we're just gonna go, ha ha, yeah, just a look. And then going to stage to work some blocking, and then cleaning in the space. Then we had lunch. I believe I had lunch with Emma. Is that true? I think so. Yeah, we had Honest Burger, and I got to see Emma, and I got to see Theo, and it was great. I was distracted because I knew they like landed like right at the beginning of rehearsal. I was like, I like to see them. And Jake there as well, of course. Then we had our full dress. Yeah, and we had full dress in the space. I think I fixed those costume changes, so I'm quick enough now. Alex gave some notes. He said, "Well done on the extraordinary work on this text. Keep exploring. It's not finished. Continue." The audience is the last member of the cast to arrive. We did sort of have people enter for the. We invited people to our dress rehearsal at the very end. And so, like right before we started. So a couple people came, but it was like mostly tech students. Find times during the show to go back to the body and breathe. Come on with a sense of freedom. Connect with the ground and body. And it can be as simple as just dropping your breath, centering, and then being ready to go in. Work the speech over music as if it hasn't gotten quieter. Lift it. That's in the dance, and I think other parts as well. Practice speaking in the space and be extra aware of speaking from the back. We're doing it all right, but we can do it more. Play the whole audience. Open it up. We're in really good shape and we're ready for an audience. When in doubt, lift your thoughts. Ian's notes. Well done. A real progression over time. Don't sit back and feel you're done. You've done it. You haven't done anything yet. The temptation is for the energy to throw you out of your groundedness. Don't let that. Imagine putting out a cigarette with your heel and kind of feel the ground beneath your feet. Enjoy the audience. Graham's notes. Getting most of the hymn, we need to enunciate much more, especially the P's with the help and the D's. Lawrence's notes. Lift thoughts. I can't hear with back behind, not articulating need or thought of the character. Oh, if you're not hearing with your back like facing an audience, it's because you're not articulating the need or the thought of the character clearly. Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic. I need to match Benedict's energy. He's like, whoosh, he does this whole little thing where he pretends to burn himself alive. And then I was coming in like, thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty. But really I need to be, what? I was ever an obstinate heretic, just to kind of match the energy of his action. I shall see thee ere I die, look pale with love. Pick up that cue. I was late on it. Think all thoughts louder in the Sainsbury. Intimacy isn't about intensity, is about intensity connection of the need, not the volume. You can have a soft. You don't need to have like soft intimacy. Just because I'm talking to you like this doesn't mean it's necessarily more intimate than I'm talking to you like this. Open up everything to stage right and stage left audiences. Don't neglect, because we're in a thrust, right? Don't neglect stage right, especially. Dance lighter on your feet. Don't clomp around. Don't play more to the front because there are more people there. Play to everyone. Even if there's one person in the stage right audience, play to them equally as much because they paid as much as everyone else. Your physical memory is connected to your emotional memory. Do things the same. General note. Wait for house clearance before going back on stage. I messed that up. I left and then I was like, all right, I'm going this way. Whoops. I forgot that we were treating it like a totally full performance. No talking in the wings. They could hear us a bit. We are where we need to be. We are going to meet the next character in the play, and they are unpredictable, which is the audience. Don't let audience dictate how you interpret your character. We've worked on our characters. Don't let them change it. First performance, it went really well. Theo was able to be watched by one of my my course friends, Mia. And then Emma and Jake loved it, and they were able to see it. And then I got to see them after the show, and then we went. I think I stayed out a little later just to talk to some folks, and then I went home and went to sleep. And it was so fulfilling. It was so good. It was a really good run. I'm not day 2, and it's just gonna keep getting better and better. Bye bye.